There's a famous manifestation saying that is, everything is always working out for you. Everything is always working out for me, right? You say that to yourself. But maybe you might be thinking to yourself or wondering why nothing ever works out for you. Maybe you're thinking you're unlucky in life. And if that's what you're thinking, then you're just caught in a loop. It's not luck or unluck or good luck. You're just in a loop that you keep repeating. And you're the only one who can get yourself out of it. But watch this video and I will explain to you what that is and how you can get out of the loop and turn things around. You might be inundated by your failures, hopelessness, spiritual burnout, and thinking the worst. Those kind of thoughts, any kind of thoughts, can snowball and become themes, right? Themes in your life. We all go through it at probably many different times in our lifetime, if we're so lucky to live this long, right? The law of cause and effect is the universal law that you are maybe missing or not getting, that I'm going to explain to you what it is. So the law of cause and effect is that every effect has a root cause, whether it's conscious or unconscious. So you may not even be conscious of how you are affecting your reality and your outcomes. I was just talking to my mom about this today because she has kind of a very negative outlook on life. By no fault of her own, these are things that she was taught generationally, being a Black woman in this society. There are, back in the day, she's old school, I guess a boomer, or I forget what generation she's part of, but she's part of the generation where, you have to work hard, where racism was really on the forefront of Black people's minds. People, back then were very race conscious, which today we've kind of gotten away from that, but we still have some old school people who really buy into it. And that's the thing about these effects. When you buy into something, when you engage with it, then you literally make it your life. And she has made it her life, and she's over 80. So it's like, I don't know if we're going to be breaking any patterns here, but she just doesn't understand. Well, she's never been awakened. She doesn't understand how things can change and what the reality of manifestation is. Manifestation isn't, she thinks, oh, that's, I guess, some kind of magic people think they can do to turn their lives around or make their reality look different. But the truth is, we are always manifesting. What manifests onto the plane of existence is our beliefs, our internal struggle or our internal thoughts. Just like you can manifest good things. You know how you have a day where you're just like feeling good and maybe all your favorite songs come on the radio and just good things happen. Maybe you go to the cafe, somebody buys you a coffee, or maybe you're at work and someone compliments you on the work that you've been doing, or your kids do something that just reminds you of the goodness of the world. When you see maybe how their innocent look at life, right? And it'll just snowball and you'll just have a great day. Well, a lot of people are living their life in their world like the world is against me. There's racism everywhere. There's, people are cutting you off in traffic, and people are rude to you out in public. Everybody's out for themselves. And sure, if you focus on that, that will snowball and you'll just always have bad days, or more bad days than you have good days. But that's why I started this channel. That's the point of becoming awakened, is to realize that you don't have to live that life. You can live whatever life you choose. If you awaken, then you can become conscious to that relationship between your beliefs and your thoughts and what you're seeing on the plane of reality. Because like many other spiritualists and gurus say, this is a simulation. Even scientists are beginning to prove that this world is a simulation. So when you become awakened to that, then you can start to put this law of cause and effect into, you can use it to work for you once you realize that. The first thing you can do to awaken yourself, if you stumbled upon this and you haven't awoken yet, you're waiting to awaken, or maybe you're awakened, but you're not fully enlightened yet, right? Something you can ask yourself is, what are the patterns in my life that keep repeating? And look, if there are patterns in your life that are really going good for you and working, fantastic. But if you are unsatisfied, you are miserable, or you're just getting caught up in daily BS, then you can change that. Some of the things you can ask yourself, are you getting into arguments with people all the time? Anytime you're engaging in arguments, you're buying into BS. I just had to argue with my mom today, so I engaged in that. And as I was engaging in it, I was just like, this is some bullshit, but I'm deep in it now, So we all have these issues. We all have these things that happen to us. But it's how you react. So another thing you could ask yourself is, are you too invested in what other people are doing? If you're too busy pointing the finger at other people, like, why do they do that? That's stupid. Or, that kind of pettiness, or, ooh, did you hear what so-and-so did? Oh, gossip, the whole gossip mill. If you're in that, if you're invested in that, that's a sign that you're in a loop. Also, if you keep engaging, like deeply engaged in what's going on in the world. I understand that some of you might be in war zones or whatever's going on out there, or really depressive or oppressive situations. But if you're in it, that's one thing. But it's another thing to say, not be in it and to be looking at it and just engrossed in it. Oh, watching the news, that's the news. That's, it could even be social media. Look at what you're watching. Whatever you're watching that you do every day, that is a loop. And it's reflecting to you what your consciousness is. And so if it's toxic meaning it's just not good for you. It might feel good in the moment. I don't know how to watch this stuff. But is it good for you? That's the question to ask yourself. Like, is your life improved by these things? Do these things, do they raise your vibration? Do they inspire you to do fulfilling things in your life? And if they're not doing that, then that's an indication that it's something you need to change. I mean, depending on what you want. Look, if you want to stay miserable, then more power to you. But if you're looking to improve your life, then these things have to change. It's like cleaning house. Clean up your vibration by cleaning up the things that you are looped into day by day, because it's within your power. If you want to improve life, you don't want to get to the point where you're 80 years old and you think there's no hope for you. You don't ever want to feel that there's always hope. I told my mom, there was a woman I heard about who was in a loop for her whole life. And then, her whole entire life, and she lived into old age. And it wasn't until, I guess, her husband died that she finally was able to live for herself. And at 90 years old became some famous artist. She had been hiding that, suppressing it for 90 years of her life. And only at that old age was she able to finally fulfill her dream. So I say to you, don't waste a lifetime because you don't know what's going to come tomorrow. And today is all you have. The present moment is all you have to reach in and live your authentic life, your authentic self. If you like these videos that I'm making and you want to hear more, check the link down below in the description where I have a playlist of all my videos and you can just watch away.